Welcome to the Bullvine Podcast, your go-to source for inside stories, cutting-edge research, and the latest updates in the world of dairy farming. Our 142nd episode explores how embryo transfer revolutionizes profits and genetics for large-scale dairy farms. So please, grab a glass of milk, sit back, and let's get started with this episode.
Welcome to the Bullvine Podcast, where we dive into the latest trends and technologies in the dairy industry. I'm Bella.
And I'm Douglas. Today we're exploring a game-changing technology that's reshaping large-scale dairy farming, embryo transfer, or ET. Once considered a niche practice, ET is now revolutionizing how dairy farmers breed their cows. So why has ET gained such popularity among large-scale operations?
It's not just a passing trend. ET holds the key to producing better cows and increasing profits for big dairy businesses. First off, the technology itself has improved significantly. Gone are the days of complicated surgeries. Today's embryo transfer techniques are straightforward and practical for large farms. This accessibility has opened doors for many operations that previously couldn't consider ET as a viable option.
Exactly. As dairy farms grow and competition intensifies, farmers need to breed better cows faster. ET allows them to produce multiple high-quality calves from one exceptional cow within a year, which accelerates genetic improvements. Plus, new DNA tests provide farmers with a clear picture of their cow's genetic potential across large herds. This knowledge, combined with ET, speeds up herd improvement on a massive scale. It's like fast-forwarding the natural breeding process, allowing farmers to make decades of progress in just a few years.
Dr. Tyler Dolman, an expert in the field, emphasizes that ET enables large-scale dairy farms to generate multiple high-quality calves from a single cow, simplifying the process of acquiring top genetics. The numbers really tell the story, too. In 2021 alone, over 1.4 million embryos were transferred worldwide for breeding purposes, with a significant portion occurring in large-scale settings. This represents a massive shift in how dairy farms approach breeding and genetic improvement.
That's impressive. One veterinary clinic serving these large farms increased their embryo transfers from about 500 a year to over 1,700 in just 2 years. It's clear that ET is transitioning from being just for show cows to becoming a crucial tool for dedicated dairy operations. This rapid adoption speaks volumes about the perceived benefits and potential return on investment for farmers.
So why are large-scale farmers betting on ET? For starters, it allows for faster genetic improvement at scale. Top cows can have multiple offspring instead of just one calf each year. This means that the best genetics in a herd can be multiplied much more quickly than through traditional breeding methods. ET also helps with breeding in tough conditions, like during hot weather or when cows have had trouble conceiving, ensuring productivity remains high even when environmental factors are challenging.
Another advantage is access to top genetics worldwide without the need to ship live animals. This reduces the risk of introducing diseases into herds while improving overall quality. Farmers can now bring in genetics from award-winning cows from across the globe without the logistical nightmare and health risks associated with transporting live animals. And while there's an upfront cost associated with ET, it often pays off significantly by producing more valuable calves that can fetch higher prices and yield more milk over their lifetimes.
It also allows for more flexible herd management. Even cows that may not be ideal for breeding can still carry valuable embryos, maximizing the value of each animal in the herd. This means that older cows, or those with less desirable traits, can still contribute to genetic improvement by carrying high-quality embryos. Speaking of numbers, did you know that ET can boost pregnancy rates by up to 10% during hot weather compared to artificial insemination? That's crucial for maintaining production levels in large herds, especially in regions prone to heat stress.
Fresh embryos typically have better success rates than frozen ones, too. 26.7% versus just 7% for frozen embryos in cows struggling with fertility. This significant difference highlights the importance of timing and proper embryo handling in ET programs. However, despite all these benefits, there are challenges that large-scale farmers need to consider when implementing ET.
Right, for instance, let's talk about costs. The expenses can add up quickly when managing large herds. Here's a rough breakdown. Drugs for donor cows range from $232 to $330 per cow. Veterinary services can cost between $280 and $462. Freezing embryos is about $23 to $33 each. And preparing recipient cows costs around $18 to $28 per cow. These costs can be substantial when dealing with hundreds or thousands of animals, so farmers need to consider their budget carefully and expected return on investment.
That's quite an investment. Successful ET programs require experienced veterinarians and technicians who can handle these large numbers efficiently. This specialized skill set can be a limiting factor for some farms, as finding and retaining qualified professionals is crucial. Plus, managing recipient cows effectively is critical for success, especially when dealing with hundreds or thousands of animals at once. This requires a high level of organization and attention to detail to ensure that each recipient cow is properly prepared and monitored throughout the process.
And let's not forget about embryo quality. Knowing how to select good embryos is essential for improving herds on a large scale. This involves careful evaluation and grading of embryos, which requires expertise and sometimes specialized equipment. There are also challenges related to freezing embryos. While it offers convenience for big operations, frozen embryos often don't perform as well as fresh ones. Ongoing research is focused on improving freezing techniques to close this gap in success rates.
Looking ahead, what does the future hold for ET in large-scale dairy farming? Exciting advancements are on the horizon. For instance, in vitro breeding combines DNA testing with lab techniques to create embryos even faster, ideal for those looking to make rapid genetic gains. This technology allows for even more precise selection of genetic traits and could potentially revolutionize breeding programs.
Improved freezing methods are also being developed to enhance the success rates of frozen embryos and give farmers greater flexibility in managing their ET programs. This could be a game changer for international genetic trade and long-term embryo storage. Plus, as DNA testing becomes more affordable and accessible, farmers will be able to screen embryos for desirable traits before implantation, ensuring more effective breeding strategies. Imagine being able to select for specific milk production traits, disease resistance, or even feed efficiency before an embryo is even implanted.
Now let's talk economics. How does ET stack up financially over time? When considering return on investment or ROI, for 100 cow herds, about 120% return over 5 years. For 500 cow herds, around 150%. And herds with over 1,000 cows can expect an impressive ROI of approximately 180%. These figures demonstrate that the benefits of ET can scale significantly with herd size, making it an attractive option for large operations looking to maximize their genetic potential and profitability.
Those figures really highlight how economically viable ET becomes as herd size increases. But it's important to note that while profits might drop initially due to high embryo production costs, they tend to rise as better cows start producing milk over time. This long-term perspective is crucial for farmers considering implementing ET programs. It's not just about immediate gains, but about building a superior herd that will continue to pay dividends for generations to come.
By year 9, AI and ET might yield similar profits, but ET offers long-term genetic advantages that could make all the difference. This genetic edge can translate into higher milk production, better disease resistance, and improved longevity in the herd. Market sensitivity is another factor at play here. Prices for extra calves and milk can influence ET as for large-scale farmers. In times of high milk prices or strong demand for breeding stock, the benefits of ET can be even more pronounced.
Absolutely. Higher prices mean increased profitability from using ET, while lower costs per transfer can enhance profit margins even further. But with higher upfront costs comes greater financial risk. Farmers need to manage variability in embryo production and success rates carefully. This requires a strategic approach to herd management and a willingness to adapt to changing market conditions. It's also worth considering how ET fits into broader farm management strategies, such as feed efficiency programs or sustainability initiatives.
In conclusion, embryo transfer is truly revolutionizing large-scale dairy farming by providing unprecedented opportunities for genetic improvement and increased profitability. While challenges exist, such as costs and technical expertise, the potential benefits are too significant for forward-thinking farmers to ignore. As we've discussed, ET offers faster genetic gains, improved breeding efficiency, and the potential for substantial long-term profits. It's not just about producing more milk. It's about creating more efficient, healthier, and more productive cows that can thrive in various environments.
As technology continues to advance, those who embrace embryo transfer are likely to lead the way in this ever-evolving industry. We're seeing constant improvements in embryo production techniques, freezing methods, and genetic screening tools. These advancements are making ET more accessible and effective for a wider range of dairy operations. Additionally, as consumers become more interested in the origin and quality of their dairy products, the ability to produce superior animals through ET could become a valuable marketing tool for dairy farmers.
It's also worth considering the broader implications of widespread ET adoption. Could this technology help address global food security issues by dramatically increasing milk production efficiency? Might it play a role in reducing the environmental impact of dairy farming by producing cows that require fewer resources to produce the same amount of milk? These are exciting possibilities that underscore the transformative potential of ET in the dairy industry.
Absolutely, Douglas. And let's not forget the potential for ET to contribute to animal welfare. By producing healthier, more resilient cows, we could see reductions in common health issues and improvements in overall cow comfort and longevity. This aligns well with growing consumer concerns about animal welfare in agriculture.
Great point, Bella. As we wrap up, it's clear that embryo transfer is more than just a breeding technique. It's a powerful tool that has the potential to reshape the entire dairy industry. From improved genetics and increased profitability to addressing global challenges and enhancing animal welfare, ET is at the forefront of dairy innovation.
So the real question isn't whether you can afford to adopt ET, but whether you can afford not to. For large-scale dairy operations looking to stay competitive and future-proof their herds, embryo transfer could be the key to long-term success.
Thanks for joining us today on the Bovine Podcast. We hope this deep dive into embryo transfer has given you valuable insights into the future of dairy farming. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode, where we'll explore more innovations in the dairy industry.
Until next time, keep innovating and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in dairy farming.
Thank you for tuning in to the Bovine Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's insightful discussion. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Catch you next time on the Bovine Podcast, where bovine expertise and community come together.